secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark and underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark underground. Secret underground dark stream. It's dark underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark underground. Basil's secret underground dark stream. It's dark underground.
Call Basil 020-3287-1213. Here's a lady, she's phoning Basil, listening to what he's got to say. Call Basil.
Yes, call Basil. Hang on, where's the explosion? That's better. Right, hello. It is. Where's the? Where am I? Hang on. I can do this. Just need to push a couple of buttons. Can't be that hard, can it? It can't be that hard, and it's not. Yes, it is. Hang on. It is. Hang on. Gotta press a couple more. There we are. I've got my hat on. Get the hell with the hat on. There we go. I've had my hair cut. Big news. Good evening. This is Basil's Secret Underground Dark Stream. It is a secret, and it's underground, and it's dark, and hardly anyone knows about it. And trying to keep it that way, just by being shit. Okay. Good evening, Dr. Greggles. Dr. Greggles, lovely to see you, Dr. Greggles. For a while, Dr. Greggles was the only one there, and I thought I'd cracked it. I thought as Dr. Greggles was the only person to come and see my live Edinburgh show, I thought we've finally done it here as well. Dr. Greggles was the only one left. But no, Felix turned up. Lovely and very pleased about it as well. A very merry eve. A glutton a bend. Glutton a bend. Have I said that right? Glutton a bend? Glutton a bend. I'll probably say glutton a bond. Glutton a bond. Have I said that right? I'm sure it's something in Swedish. Either that or he's just typed gluten bread or something. Gluten-free bread. He's typed it badly. I'm not sure what he said there. Anyway, merry evening, Dr. Greggles. Merry evening, Feely. Mission Control says, golly, by Jingo, wow, it's Sunday. It does come around quickly, doesn't it? Dan's here. Hello, Dan. Hi, peeps and aliens. Eddie Pierce. Hello. Good evening, Eddie Pierce. Lovely to see you. Oh, was it German? I didn't know. I probably pronounced it wrong, whatever it was. Hello, Basil. I know, phone Basil now on. Yes, call in 020-3287-1213. Call in. Not sure about the old video link. I've left it turned off because the other day we used it and it fucked up everything. So it didn't fuck up the whole world. I mean, things carried on about the same as they were. Putin didn't get any extra powers or anything. He's just carried on in his own way. But good evening in German. Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? I clicked to see if you were on, as I had no notification. Then you immediately went live. Coincidence? Yes. Yes, quite right, Dr. Wells. It was just a coincidence. If you're in doubt, in general in life, if something's a coincidence or not, it usually is. Just put it down to coincidence. That's 99.9% of the time it's a coincidence. But what about that 0.1%? What is that? That is you know what that is? That is weird. That's the spooky bit we're all interested in. Enough of that. Anyway, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you in the old chatting quadrant there. If you are watching, hello Flossie. Lovely to see you, Flossie. Flossie 789. One of the original Basil Butler viewers, Flossie, right there, right from the beginning. And thank you very much. Right, I'm still stuck in. I'm stuck in my shed. You can see that. I'm clearly stuck in my shed. The glasses, I might look all right, but they're fucking filthy. All I can see is blurry. I've got a blurry. This isn't blurry. This is a anti-blurry. I've got an anti-blurry cloth. Let's just do that. I should do these things like this before I start, shouldn't I? Busy. I have a busy life, you know. All sorts of things got to do. I had to make a cup of tea. Had to cook my dinner. Had to wash things, clean things, dry things. You know, lots of stuff. I can still see a dirty mark on there. I'm gonna have to put a bit of a spittle. If you don't mind the expression, spittle. A bit of spittle on that right lens there. Just rub it in, smear it, rub it about. It's amazing what the human. Some of the lubricants inside the human body can do all sorts of things. Can create life to start with. Can create life and clean your glasses. And make a big stink down the toilet. Wash them with washing up liquid. Yes, that's correct. That's the way to do it. Just use sweat. Plenty of it at the mo. Dan is sweaty. He's a sweat. Dan, the sweaty man. Dan is sweaty because hello, Loopy Loo. Because it is a. If you're in, I think most people who are in the chatting quadrant are living in, apart from Feely, are living in Great Britain. What's it like? What's it like where you are, Feely? By the way, don't want you to be left out because it's been unusually warm or hot in Great Britain the last few days. What's it been like in Sweden or wherever? I think it's Sweden, isn't it, where you are? I imagine it's I imagine you're in like a wooden house, permanently in the snow. Although I'm sure not. Friday morning was misty. Microscopic water drops covered my glasses. Well, at least you can get them clean. Give it a wipe. Give them a wipe. Been waiting 6 hours for a supposed thunderstorm. Damn you, thunderstorm! What time to call this? They forecast thunderstorms in Edinburgh because I'm stuck. I used to be permanently in my space rocket. Now I'm stuck down on Earth. I'm currently in my little workshop, and I've got my plans there. I've got to build that. So I can get back up into space. Yeah, it was so warm here today. 25.6. That's about the same as it is, I think, in Britain mostly. It might be even hotter than that. In Edinburgh, where I am, I think it's only about 22, 23, something like that. But I know in the south of England it's very hot. This heat isn't any good for my poor balls. Dr. Greggles has got trouble with his balls. I think probably just they got very sweaty. That's one of the good things about old age, I suppose, if you're a man, is your balls do gradually hang lower and lower. I think maybe they are just trying to cool down. Do testicles want to be cooler when they get older? I don't know, but they certainly hang down further, as if they're trying to cool down. They're going somewhere anyway. I don't know where they're going, but I don't know what I think they're up to. But they certainly keep getting lower and lower. I moved from northern forests to southern Sweden, though I miss my friends now and then. I'm sure you do. I suppose it's not quite. I mean, I don't know much about Sweden, but I mean, north and south usually means, especially the northern hemisphere, usually means colder or warmer, doesn't it? Although I imagine all of Sweden's fairly cold, I should think. Just to think if we're on a map, you're further north, aren't you? You're a bit up there. There's Norway up there. There's Sweden over there. I need to get the old need to get playing on the where the fuck is this, and we can try and find Sweden on the map. Computers have balls. My balls are like dumplings in sweat broth. That's mission control. Anyway, Feely is moved from the northern forests to South Sweden. The northern forest. I don't know what. I'm hoping South Sweden is lovely, but the northern forests sound brilliant. I'd like to live in the northern forests of Sweden. I think 3 of them. Mission Control's got 3 big hairy danglers apparently, and all sweating like nobody's business. It differs, but from like Gothenburg to south is more similar. There's a place I should go. Sweden. I'd love to go. I'd love to go places like Sweden and Norway and Iceland in the winter. Go somewhere where it's guaranteed to be fucking freezing and fixed snow and ice stuff. It'd be lovely, and then especially knowing you can get on the plane and come home again if you get fed up with it. If it gets too cold, you can just come back home again. Right, who's looking forward to Christmas? I don't know why I just said that. I don't know. I thought about Christmas earlier, and now I've just said it. Might put an ice pack on my poor sweaty balls. Good idea, Dr. Greggles. I would happily go to the Arctic right now, says Mission Control. Mission Control, I think computers don't cope too well with heat, do they? Computers like it cold. Iceland has the hot springs, doesn't it? Yes, Harrow. Hello, Harrow. I can never say your name. Harrow Taru. Yeah, they do have they have the big gushing geysers. All over the place in Iceland, and of course there's Bjork. Always fancy going to Iceland. If you keep going up top of Scotland and then just keep going a bit further, you need a boat. But eventually you'll end up in Iceland. If you haven't got a boat, you'll just end up dead. Remember Arctic Roll? What was that all about? Dr. Greggles is remembering Arctic. Let's all remember Arctic Roll. Yep, remembered it. Ice pack is good excuse for everything getting smaller, says Dan. I suppose I'm kind of redundant now while you are grounded. You're not redundant, Mr. Control. I still need help with all the technical issues, and I'm hoping you can help me reconnect to the robot. The robot's up there, up by the moon, going round and round the fucking moon in my old spaceship. And so we need to keep in touch with the robot. I'm going to try. There's no transmission at the moment. No, I've been trying to get hold of the robot, but I've had nothing from him. I'm assuming he's still alive. I'm assuming the spaceship's still going round and round. I've not seen it on my radar machine because I haven't got one. I'm going to have to build a radar machine. I'm not working with that little silver prick. No, mission control and the robot don't really get on. What is Wazzo? What is Mazzo has moved in squatting? Well, yeah, he bet. I don't think he can. The robot did build an anti-Wazzo force field on all the doors and windows, so he shouldn't be able to get in. I just think he might be getting on the robot's nerves. If he keeps messaging the robot saying, "Move your spaceship, return your library books, return your spaceship, move your spaceship, return your library books, I'm 4'1". There, he's probably doing that and driving the robot bloody nuts. So let's hope the robot can cope with that if that happens. It's quite a relief to be down here. I don't think Captain Waz has ever been down to the surface of planet Earth. Bloody well hope not. Cool cake. I had not heard about the Arctic roll. Once I went skiing. I drank snow. Sorry, I will listen now. You drank snow. Yeah, Arctic roll is a cake. It's not worldwide. Maybe it's just a British thing. You can get it in Iceland, other places. It's like a sponge. It's like a sponge, round and round, like a Swiss roll. But it's round and round, and it's got ice cream in it, and some jam in it, and some sponge. Quite a pleasant meal. Not actually a meal, but a treat. Remember Kevin, was it, who claimed to be your... Yeah, I forget his name now. Yeah, there was. I think it might have been Kevin. Something like that, wasn't it? There was a bloke who claimed to be living in the cupboard. I don't know. I had no idea what happened to him. I never did find him. Harataru says to Feely, "You won't have enjoyed the remember Arctic rolls bit then, as you couldn't remember them." No, I'm not all that keen on mentioning Arctic rolls, really. I get a bit. There's a lot of people that like to say, "Do you remember Arctic roll? Do you remember this, that, and the other?" And it can get a bit tedious eventually. Dan says, "Mission Control says down. I don't need to look. I know exactly where he is." Mission Control knows exactly where Wazzo is, apparently. I don't want to know where bloody Wazzo is. I'm just relieved that he's in my heart. I'm just glad he's left me alone for a while. Like, I've not heard anything from the bloody pain in the arse. Let's have a little song, shall we? My daughter is 18 and she said, "Remember Arctic rolls?" earlier today. Loopy Lou's 18-year-old daughter is remembering Arctic rolls. It's Arctic Roll Day. It's Arctic Roll Day tomorrow. Tomorrow is the anniversary of September the 11th. The Twin Towers being struck by airplanes and thousands of people dying. But today it is Arctic Roll Day. I like how more people are remembering Arctic rolls than are remembering the Queen. Yes, fuck the Queen. I told her to walk to the co-op and buy one. Loopy Loo. Yeah, I think that you can still buy them all over the place, can't you? I think most shops do their own versions of Arctic rolls. They're all basically the same thing. But pleasant. I quite like. I've always quite liked an Arctic roll. So, obviously, some of I can't remember. I've never really taken notes. I kept a record. But I mean, some shops Arctic rolls I prefer to others. But isn't that's life, isn't it? That's life. Some girls are bigger than others. Some Arctic rolls are tastier than others. Fuck the Queen, but would you put your dinkle in an Arctic roll? You'd have to make a hole in it, wouldn't you? You'd have to bore a hole into the Arctic roll to stick your dinkle in it. Fuck the Queen. At least fucking an Arctic roll would soothe my balls, hot balls. Yes, Dr. Greggles, good point. Well, there's no law against it. I mean, I think there is if you do it in public, but if you do it in private, if you buy an Arctic roll, take it home and make yourself a hole in it, the right shape and size and length, and then ram your old cock up there. There's nothing anyone can do to stop you. Long as it's in the privacy of your own home, you can fuck Arctic rolls left, right, and centre. You could buy two and have a threesome. You could stick your cock in one, have a couple of strokes in that one, then whip it out, stick it in the other one, backwards and forwards. Fuck two Arctic rolls, one after the other. An Arctic roll threesome, and no one can stop you. Hang on, there's a poll. Let's have a look at the poll. Would you put your dangler in a melty Arctic roll? So far, yes is winning the vote. 97% of people want to fuck an Arctic roll. 98, nearly everyone wants to fuck an Arctic roll. Sexy Arctic rolls. Haha, lorry joke, soz. Put a pivot in the middle and make an Arctic roll. Yes, 106 votes. 106 people out of the 4 that are watching. 106 people want to fuck an Arctic roll. Let's all get off to Tesco's or the Co-op, whatever your nearest shop is, or Asda. You might have a 24-hour Asda near you. I don't know whether they sell Arctic rolls. I think everyone sells Arctic rolls. Well, every supermarket, not the shoe shop, not the chemist, not the candlestick maker. I just have to rub it on my bits. Yes, if you haven't got a penis, here's a tip: just rub it on your bits. What if it wasn't jam? What if it was blood? Says Dr. Greggles. Oh no, a haunted Arctic roll. Blood coming out of it. You get the Arctic roll, you rub it on your vagina, or you make a hole in it, and you stick your penis in it, and then you suddenly think this blood, this jam feels really warm. This Arctic roll, in fact, isn't all that cold at all. And your genitals are covered in Arctic roll blood. Frightening thought. Yes, it is a frightening thought, Harrow. Poor, sweaty, bloody balls. I used to like Swiss roll. Yeah, I suppose a Swiss roll is like an Arctic roll, but it's not been to the Arctic. It's not been frozen, is it? It's not got ice cream in it. Somebody somewhere is adding this to their wank bank, says Loopy Loo. Yeah, I'm sure there are. I'm sure someone who hadn't thought about Arctic roll wanking is now. I wonder if you can get pictures of Arctic rolls. Hang on, let's have a look. I'm going to see if I can find Arctic roll pictures. Where do I need to go? I need to go here. I need to go to Google, don't I? If you're going to find anything, it's got to be Google. Or what's the other bloke? Not Yazoo. Who is it? Yahoo, and Jeeves. That's what I was thinking of. Jeeves. Arctic roll, Tesco. Arctic roll, Iceland. Arctic roll, Asda. It's given me quite a selection. Let's have a look at the old Arctic rolls. It turned out to be an Arctic roll special. There we go. Look at that. Look at those. I think the one on the left, the Arctic roll Oat House Foods, is what I imagine the one to be like. That's the traditional. That's the traditional one. The Mars bar one, that looks like something different. That's a roulade. And there's something else from eBay there. I think that's what that is. Mars roulade. I'm getting one. Yeah, it's a bird's eye. This looks like your traditional. That looks like a traditional Arctic roll to me. When I think of Arctic roll, I think of something like that. The Mars thing. Wow, says Flossie. If you have an innie or vagina, as they say, you have to chisel a phallus out of the frozen ice cream tube. Yeah, you could do the opposite. You could do the opposite of what a man would have. A man would make a hole in it to put his penis in. You could just make the whole Arctic roll into a penis shape and get it up your vagina. Although they usually, in hot weather, they often you hear warnings that women shouldn't put ice lollies up their vaginas. I don't know what happens to them if they do. And they never explain what happens to you. You just get some bug, I suppose. I don't know. So many Arctic rolls. Think of all the balls that have been there. This is fantastic. Online Tesco shop stream. Hello, Eddie Pierce. Fruit pastel lolly. This is Flossie. Amazing selection. Retro. What's a retro Arctic roll? It looks like not much effort's gone into that. Australia's best recipes. They even have them in Australia. If you could have anything off of here, which one would you go for? It's like someone's showing you how to make them. Miss Molly's looks quite traditional. She's not called Arctic Roll, so they're getting around the old copyright by calling it ice cream roll. Surely Australia should have Antarctic rolls. They should, and the twirl should go around the opposite way. What the fuck is this thing? Black Forest Arctic roll, all the way back out from the 70s. Harriet Tarrant says, looks like Arctic roll is Bird's Eye's trademark and the rest call it ice cream roll. Yeah, you're probably right. And a Bird's Eye Arctic roll, Tesco are calling it a Swiss roll. Is that the same thing? Maybe that's not even a frozen one, I don't know. I would go to town on the Black Forest Arctic roll. I bet it's tasty. I remember when I was a teenager, I used to get a Black Forest Gatto every now and then. It was yummy. It's like the sort of German equivalent of tiramisu. If you need a bog roll after all that Arctic roll, 32 of them. Germans can do good puddings, I bet. When I think of England, there might be a possibility of a Bassett's Arctic roll. Really, a Bassett's Arctic roll. Waitrose, now they're quality, aren't they? Usually, strawberry Arctic. They call it Arctic roll. Waitrose. Wait, stop. Mini vignettes on sticks. Where were they? And what are they? I don't know what they are. What are Viennetta? Oh, I know. Like the. Can you get them on sticks? Have I missed? Did I go past them? Where are the Viennettas on sticks? Is it up or down? I think I must have gone past them. Mission Control says, now that I would shove right up me. Oh, here they are. Look at that, on a stick, there they are. Chocolate and mint flavour, ice cream, ripple dessert with chocolate flavoured layers. You get them in Iceland, apparently. Well, you could at some point, but they still exist. Best before seaside of pack. There we are. There's a little treat for you. Next time you're in Iceland, have a look out for those. I'm not sure whether you're allowed to put them in your vagina or not. certainly rub 'em on your testicles. Can't see anything I could complain about that. Well, there we are. Lots of lovely Arctic roll action there. And of course, you could look at this. You could look at this and wank yourself stupid. If this is what turns you on, and someone would have a fetish, wouldn't they? Someone would look at this picture and be wanking furiously as they watched as they imagined what was going on here. If you want to wank now, just feel free. Feel free. We haven't got the wheel of wank, have we? So have an Arctic roll wank. Be my guest. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Get in there and enjoy an Arctic roll. Find an Arctic roll comparison video. I'll have a look. I'll have a look for an Arctic roll comparison video. Let's have a song while I go and try and find an Arctic roll if they exist. Are Arctic rolls really this interesting? We could talk about no, we couldn't. We'll stick with Arctic rolls. Let's not worry about the 9/11 because we got Arctic rolls to concentrate on. Get your priorities sorted out. I've looked and there aren't any. Michigan Dogs beat me to it. There aren't any. I have to make one. Right, I'll make my own Arctic roll comparison. Tomorrow I'll go to the shops. I'll go and buy a couple of Arctic rolls from different shops, or ice cream rolls, whatever they call them, and I will video myself eating them. I'll video myself eating different Arctic rolls, and then we'll do a score and I'll describe them, describe the taste, describe the texture, and then I won't wank with them. Just be an eating video, not a wanking one. Try a Waitrose one. Yeah, I haven't got a Waitrose very close, but I've got an M&S nearby, so I could try the M&S one, or I could drive over the other side of Edinburgh and get one from Waitrose, I suppose. Eat them in your car, in the car park, so you get immediate flavour. Yeah, I can do that. I'll go to M&S tomorrow. We'll start with what's meant to be the top quality M&S. We'll get an M&S Arctic roll. I'll get in the car and I'll stuff it in my face in the car and film myself doing it, and then I'll give you a score out of 10, and then we'll drive to Asda and do the same thing there. Buy five Arctic rolls and play what's been inserted into the Arctic roll. Dr. Grackles. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I haven't done this for a while. Haven't done it for a while, and I've missed it. And there's no Arctic rolls involved. But Loopy Loo says to Mission Control, rip open the box and bite through it like a lion bat. Busy day tomorrow. Busy day tomorrow. Scoffing down the old in the old car parks. Arctic roll day tomorrow. It's 9/11 Arctic roll day.
Please tell me where the fuck, oh where the fuck is this? Please tell me where the fuck this is. We are right now. Please tell me where the fuck, oh where the fuck is this? Please tell me where the fuck this is. We are right now. Please tell me where the fuck, oh where the fuck is this? Please tell me where the fuck this is. We are right now. Please tell me where the fuck, oh where the fuck is this? Please tell me where the fuck this is. We are right now. Please tell me where the fuck, oh where the fuck is this? Please tell me where the fuck this is. We are right now.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Please tell me where the fuck.
Oh, where the fuck?
Oh, where the fuck is this? Please tell me where the fuck this is. We are right now.
International, yes, international Loogaloo. International. Worldwide, as usual. We're gonna go worldwide, and there we are. Let's go worldwide. Bong. I've been offered a job on telly playing a polar bear. It's an Arctic roll. It's an Arctic roll, says Dr. Roll. Yes, Dan. Jim and Barry have missed out. We're going to have to work hard. We're going to have to work together like ants and work out where the fuck we are. Dr. Gregors is going for Portugal. Okay, well, that bell's getting annoying. Turn it down a bit. I think everyone's seen this before. Most people watching have watched before. We just try and we work together like ants, because together, as I've said 1,000 times, if it's a pigeon, if ants get together, they can achieve all sorts. They can literally move, not literally move mountains. They can make ant hills, which is like a mountain to an ant, isn't it? If an ant hill. If it's like a mountain to an, what the fuck must a mountain look like to an ant? Beyond comprehension. If an ant was crawling along and suddenly spotted Ben Nevis or Mount Everest, his little mind would be blown, wouldn't it? Anyway, we'll work together and we'll work out where we are. And I try to get within 1 mile of the exact location. Looks like Mexico, says Loopy Loo. Just leave that bell stop ringing. Everyone here is walking around with Arctic rolls down their pants, trying to cool down. Quite nice. Wherever it is, it's quite nice. I quite like it. It's quite tidy. Interesting buildings. Nice gardens. No litter. Now that bell stopped, it's quite peaceful. Nice brightly coloured buildings. What's in here then? Banamex. What's Banamex? Let's go in and have a look. Come on, let me go. Bugger, gone past. Never know what Banamex is. I think maybe it's a bank. It's got San Francisco on the wall there, but it doesn't look like San Francisco, does it? Or does it? I've never been to San Francisco. I don't imagine this is for San Francisco though. I think you think of all the steep hills, don't you, in San Francisco? Not this. This does look more like, someone mentioned Mexico. Loopy Loo says Mexico. Yeah, I think it could be something like Mexico. If you've got any idea where it is, call 020 3287 1213 and tell me where you think it is. Or if you prefer, just type it in the old chatting quadrant. Peru. Cherzo, Peru, Loopy Loo. Just looking around for clues. Does it say pen pal? No, principal. Something principal. Plaza principal. Lovely orange and red buildings. There's a hat shop. I bet it's hot, whatever this is. I bet it's hot weather here. Most people walking in the shade. The shady side of the street. It's a dog? It's gone. Here it is. Little black dog. Right, looks like some sort of church there on the left. This is the tricky one. Not done where the fuck is this for ages. Now we've got a really tricky one to come back with. There's no E's allowed. Too many E's in the 90s. Looks like a big church or something down here. Name of a place in Mexico, says Loopy Loo. Yeah, it could be that's a pigeon. There's a little pigeon there on the fountain. Pigeons. All around the world, pigeons. Heroes, war heroes, the pigeons. Lisbon, says Dr. Greggles. Dr. Greggles is quite keen on it being Portugal, I think. It's going to be nice and cool inside this church. I'm not going in. Maybe the bloke filming it is a devil. Couldn't get anywhere near that holy water. If someone set up a signposting and banner business, they'd make a fortune. Either that or they'd be banned. Libby says, I've been there years ago, can't remember anything about it. I've never been to Mexico. But it looks like it could be. Gonna have to go on the map and just have a wild guess, I think. Gonna just have a wild guess and see if we can strike lucky. Even the bus doesn't say where it's going, no. Very few clues. The drug years. You know, I don't remember the 90s. The 90s is a decade my brain's mostly forgotten. But it was more alcohol, I think, than drugs. Although I don't remember really. Could have been either. I'm in my organic phase now. Yeah, I quite like organic. It's a bit more expensive, but I do like to try and buy organic. I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian. I'm not. I'd like to be vegan, but I just can't. I just can't quite cope with the final push. I like my cheese too much, and the occasional egg, because eggs are in all sorts of things, aren't they? If it's a cake or something, eggs in there, eggs often in there. Although it's getting much easier to be vegan now. There's so many good vegan products. They're getting better all the time. Loads of bikes. Dump the rubbish there. There's a queue for the Arctic roll shop. This isn't easy, is it? I've got no idea. Got no idea where this is. I'm gonna have to just get the map up and guess somewhere in Mexico, I think. Let's get the map and let's try Mexico and see how we get on. Is it Mexico City, do you think? Or is it down further down here? Looked like quite a built-up area, didn't it? Heading for Durango. Now I'm going to go to Durango. Let's go to Monterey. This looks like it could be the right sort of area. I'm going Centro. I'm going to go Centro, Monterey, Centro. Here we go. Here we go. This is certain to be right. Can't see how it can fail. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You never know your luck. Oh, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. 330 miles out. It's actually here. This is San Miguel, like the beer. Let's try one more. Let's try one more and see if we have better luck this time. Lupalu's never heard of it. Well, this should be easier, you think. There'd be some signs up somewhere in the train station, wouldn't you? Madrid's Lupalu. Like someone just farted. France, Harrow says France. Nice building, big clock up there. Train stations around the world can be fantastic buildings. There's just amazing train stations. I've not been to many, but I've seen them on telly and on here and places. La Gare Nord. La Gare Nord, Germany, says Dan. Paris, says Feely. I don't know, I can't decide. That weird building. Looks French, as Sleepy Lou. Does anyone know that? Hope? I can't say that. Hope. I need to pause that. Let's go back. What was that called? Let's go back again. Anyone recognise that name? Hauptbahnhof. I cheated there by rewinding a couple of times, but sounds sort of German, doesn't it? Berlin, sorry. Yeah, it's got a German sound to it, and Voigt on the lamppost. That sounds German as well. Berlin is the main railway station in Berlin. Thank you, Mission Control. It came into full operation 2 days after ceremonial opening in 2006. It is located on the site of the historic Leiter Bahnhof on the Berlin Bahn Railway. Sorry, I don't speak Portuguese. Never been to Germany, says Libby. No, I've not been to Germany. Although Berlin is one of the places I would like to go to. If I was to ever go to Germany, I'd like to go to Berlin. Mostly because David Bowie spent a lot of time recording stuff in Berlin, and I'd like to go and retrace his footsteps. Not exactly, but you know, roughly. Have a look round what he was up to, where he recorded stuff. And I think Berlin's meant to be a good place to visit anyway, even if you're not a Bowie fan. My dad still hasn't gotten over the war, so we never went. Sleepy Lou. Yeah, well, some people do hold grudges for a long time. I don't think there's many people left in Germany that fought in the last war, or in Britain either, really. I think Feely's saying good night. I might be wrong. Gutes Nacht, Houty die Bier Cowden fresh. Good night. If you are saying good night Feely. What a bore. What a bore. What a bore. It did look like a bore, you're right. I wish you a colder night than it was daytime. Thank you, Feely. Fingers crossed. I think it's meant to get cooler this week anyway. I think the temperature's cooling down in Britain. So I think people in Britain X-rated films there. Oh, hang on, this rewinds what these films are. Some porn. Digital lounges. Something Buster. Is it Dolly Buster? What does that say? XXX. Erotic store. I think there's plenty of porn and sex related stuff goes on in Berlin. I don't hold back when it comes to that sort of stuff. Beer plus burger, even I can understand that. You won't hold it back. I think German McDonald's serve beer, says Haru Taru. Well, if they did, that would be the only thing I'd be. I've never been inside a McDonald's in all my life. Being a veggie, it's like the capital of evil, isn't it? Interesting building. Right, I suppose we get the map out and look up Berlin. Germany has beer dispensers like we get Kit Kats and crisps. Over here, they would be smashed up in 10 minutes. Yeah, they would. Plenty of vandals in Britain, and alcoholics. An alcoholic vandal, the worst type of vandal. They also serve beer with your breakfast. Night night loopy loo, nighty night loopy loo. Let's get on the old map and try and work out whereabouts this is in Berlin. Got to try and get within 1 mile of the exact location. Right, whereabouts in Berlin do we think it is? East Side Gallery, Checkpoint Charlie. Find the station, says Dan. Bin da, says Jim. Jim bin da. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go by the market. I'm being quite impatient today. I'm just gonna go for it. Here we go. No, when it wasn't even Berlin. It was fucking Frankfurt. It was Frankfurt. The place named after sausages. Oh well, I didn't spend too much time trying to work out where it was in Berlin. Let's do one final go, and then we'll call it a day. I think the Carla Hospital's nearby. Ooh, I'm in Frankfurt in November. John Gregors is on his way to Frankfurt in November. Very nice too. Delhi, it could be Delhi, couldn't it? Bloody busy. Work trip, limited fun. It might be work, but I mean, you must get a few hours off in the day when you can go and have a little look around, have a couple of beers. Look at the sex shops and the sex cinemas and the Arctic roll shops. I thought that was Hamburg. I think it's all over the place. Jim bin da. Right, where do you think this is then? I'm not going to spend all night. I swear the driving is akin to Bradford. Calcutta. Let's go to Calcutta. Off we go to Calcutta without delay. Anyone know where Calcutta is? Anybody know where Calcutta is? On the right. Oh, there. There we go. Whereabouts do you think it was? I think it was Beau Bazaar. I'm pretty certain it was Beau Bazaar. So there we go. Beau Bazaar. No idea. Not been there. No. No right. Wasn't even there. It was up there. It was up there. It was right up there. 3 out of 3 we didn't get right today. Bad work today. I think we're out of practice. I think the problem is not being on. I only did one. Well, I did. We done 3, Jim Binnar, and yeah, we did need your help. I think we got all 3 wrong. Not too badly wrong, but wrong. Wrong nevertheless. We can only improve. Yes, we can only improve. Next time we'll try and get at least one. Try and get at least one right. Let's have a quick song. I'll be back in a couple of minutes right after this.
Every month he's got a new pair. One fresh boxes for £9.99. Every month. Do you love to just mow down undercooked fish? Every goddamn day. Salmon, cod, crab, youngsters. Just get yourself a pair of these fish boxes. They've got the unique ocean patterns and paintings of the fish. Every month, MOMF. That's right, I said month. On the fish. Every month you can get your on the fish. Unique ocean patterns, £9.99. On the fish. Every month you can get your on the fish. Unique ocean patterns, £9.99. £9.99. £9.99. Get yourself a pair of these for £9.99. On the fish. Everybody's talking about on the fish. Unique ocean patterns and paintings of on the fish. On the fish. Everybody's talking about on the fish. Unique ocean patterns and paintings of on the fish. On the fish. Everybody's talking about on the fish. Unique ocean patterns and paintings of on the fish. On the fish. Everybody's talking about on the fish. Unique ocean patterns and paintings of on the fish. On the fish. Everybody's talking about on the fish.
OnTheFish.com. Lovely song. There's me swimming away in the whatever that ocean is, and I can't remember now. I went all the way over there to film that, and made friends with a little fish. There he is. Made friends with that fish. And Eyes on Legs did the song. Thank you, Eyes on Legs, for the Eyes on Legs. Done loads of songs. Very talented musical man, Eyes on Legs. He's done loads of songs for me and other people as well. Right, that was On the Fish. Let's hope that made you feel a bit cooler. Even though that was a tropical ocean I was swimming in, it was quite warm, but it's still quite refreshing to get in the ocean. Sorry, just delaying while I try to find something. There we are. Still stuck in the old video with David Bowie and Mick Jagger. Rolling Stones have got a new album out. Of course, I think I mentioned that before. I haven't heard it. Probably won't buy it, but it it's always an amazing thing to think how old they are and they're still churning it out. Let's hope it's not terrible. Right, I've got a little clip for you now. Because I'm stuck on Earth. Because I'm stuck down on Earth at the moment, and I'm trying to build a spaceship to get back up to my. I'm trying to build a space shuttle to get up to my main spaceship up in space, where the rocket is, where the robot is. And it's why are you stuck? Well, I've got my main spaceship is up floating around the moon, and what I use is a little shuttle. I use a little shuttle for coming backwards and forwards to Earth. My little shuttle blew up. I'll show you the video of it now. I'll show you the video of it happening. Does robot like its space? The robot's got no choice. The robot's stuck up there. Here's a video of a quick little clip of what happened. Robot, had a lovely time. We just had a lovely time down on Earth at Edinburgh, at the Edinburgh Fringe. Now we're heading back up to our spaceship. Rocket's been a bit weird. This shuttle's been a bit weird, behaving weirdly, isn't it, robot? But I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right, won't we, robot? Well, you should know. You helped me build it. In fact, you did most of the building. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, we're heading back up. It's getting a bit bumpy. It's all getting a bit weird, but I think it's going to be fine. Let's just keep our fingers crossed, robot, that it keeps going and we get no more trouble. What's that noise, robot? What's that? What's going on? Can you press some buttons? Doesn't sound right, robot. It's getting very wobbly. It's getting shaky. Turbulence, robot. Turbulence. Do something, robot. Too much turbulence, robot. This is not going to. Press some buttons. Go and press the button. For fuck's sake. Well, there you are. That's what happened. I was, me and the robot were on our way back up to space when the fucking thing blew up. The robot though, is in two places. What I don't understand. No, what happened? Jim Bin. It's quite a simple story really. The robot, the spaceship blew up. The shuttle blew up. The robot had built himself. I didn't know it, but the robot had built a little escape pod. And the robot jumped in his escape pod just as it was blowing up, and he shot back up. He's gone back up to my spaceship. So the robot's going round and round. The robot's going round and round the moon again now. He's safely back in my and somehow they managed to survive the huge explosion. Yes, Dan, it's quite freakishly lucky. The spaceship blew up. I got blown out of the spaceship, and I flew through the air all the way back down to Earth. Luckily, I landed on a lorry full of mattresses. Was going along. I landed on that. I bounced on that, and I bounced straight off and landed on some hay, some bales of hay, and I just got a few scratches and bruises, but I'm all right. Managed to get a lift back. Managed to get a lift back up to Edinburgh, and back here again, back in my Edinburgh base. So it all worked out in the end. No, a few scratches, just a few scratches. Got a little scratch. Got a little scratch there. Got a bit of a pain on my shoulder there. Got that sort of thing. It was quite lucky. What are the chances? But anyway, there you are. Perhaps you are the second coming. No, I've not had no, let's not talk about coming. We had enough of that with Arctic rolls earlier. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to build my shuttle, rebuild my shuttle so I can get back up to space again. And but it's expensive. In a second going, yep, coming and going. So I'm doing. I'm trying to get jobs. I need to earn some money. I've got to buy a lot of rocket parts. Luckily, I can get them cheap on eBay. And there's a Russian version of eBay that sells all sorts of dodgy rocket parts. I've used them before, and you can buy all sorts of parts. You can buy Russian rocket parts. You can buy Russian wives, all sorts of stuff. Steve Pepper just subscribed. Thank you, Steve Pepper. Big kiss for Steve Pepper. Thank you, Steve Pepper. Very, 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 very good of you to subscribe. Thank you very much. So I was saying, I've got to make money. I've got to make money to get back. So Steve Pepper. I've got to make money to get back up to my to build the shuttle, so I can get back up to my spaceship. As much as I like being on Earth, it feels I feel restricted. I love the freedom of space, even if it is going round and around the moon without being able to stop myself. It's just I get the moon has got a powerful it draws on humans. It draws on the Earth. It draws on the sea. The tide gets affected by the moon. Well, there's about 250 towards the ship, says Dan. So I need a job. So I went for an interview. I went for an interview for a job the other day. What I'm going to keep doing from now on is whenever I go for an interview for a job, I'm going to try and film it so I can show you how I get on. I can show you my excellent job interview techniques. And I went for an office job the other day and managed to. They had a film. They film all the interviews themselves. So I managed to get a copy of the film off them afterwards. Spoke to the manager and they managed to get a copy of the of my interview. So here we are. I'm going to show you it now. I'm going to show you the interview I did the other day for an office job, and let me know whether you think what do you think my chances are in the future of getting a good job. Here we go. So I just go in. All right. Yeah, I know a bit. Sorry. Yeah. Doesn't matter, does it? Yeah. Thanks very much. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Bottler. Thank you for coming today. It's a shame you were 3 hours late, but never mind. Let's begin. Why do you think you are the right person for this company?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, it's a bit late. I just realised I shouldn't have those on indoors. I bought my reading glasses. I'm not fucking Bono, am I? I don't mean fucking Bono. I'm not fucking Bono. You know, not even a fan, to be honest. I prefer The Edge if I had to choose. Well, I don't have to choose, do I? I don't have to choose, so I don't know why I'm worried about it. I'm not really worried about it. I just don't know why I'm talking about it. Anyway, why did I start talking about The Edge? Oh, glasses. I'm going to take them home with me. My lucky glasses. Let's hope they bring me some luck today. Anyway, that's why. What you asked about? Why? Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm late. I stopped off. I had to stop off and get. I thought maybe if I'm successful, we could share that afterwards. Have a little celebratory drink. Anyway, yeah. Why am I the man for the job? Or why aren't I? Let's turn the question on its head. Why aren't I the man for the job? Could you answer that? I don't know. Why aren't I the man for the job? Hang on. What your shelves are all empty. What's going on? What's going on there with those shelves? And that plant. Look at it. It's just a fucking branch with some leaves growing off it. Sorry, got distracted. Gotta keep thinking straight ahead. Keep a single track. Not be sidetracked by branches, empty boxes, and the edge. Let's just try and concentrate. Why am I the man for the job? Why aren't I the man? I said that already. Why aren't I the man for the job? Is what I'd like to say, and who knows why that is. But nice floor. You've got a nice floor in here. Nice wooden floor. Distracted again. Sorry. Single track mind. Keep you on track, Basil. Basil, you can fucking just concentrate. Sorry about that. I just admiring your floor. Well, I've done all sorts of jobs. I'm sure I can do. I'm not even sure what is. Well, I'm not even sure what this job is, to be honest. I can't remember. I did apply, obviously, but I applied for. I've got such wide range of skills, and I'm desperate for money that I reckon I'm adaptable to any situation. That's the key thing. That's what I like. That's what I like. Emphasize that. I can adapt like a chameleon to any situation, any work environment would be improved by my presence. That's the first thing I'd like to say, maybe, and I'll stick with that for a while. And quite pleased with that one. Experience, you're going to ask, aren't you? You're going to ask. I can see you're looking a bit. I can see you're looking a bit shell shocked at the moment. You're stunned. I think you're stunned by the quality of the applicant, aren't you? Stunned. She's stunned, aren't you? Speechless. Anyway, it's lovely to meet you. I didn't say it, did I? Lovely to meet you. I think 3 hours late was an exaggeration. I think I was about 2 hours 50. What's the time on the clock? Yeah, I'm 2 hours 52 late, something like that. Maybe 53. Nearly 3. Fair enough. Nearly 3 hours. It's not quibble about that. So, well then, so I can do. You name it. You give me a job to do, and I'll do it. Fucking hell. That's done. You say he's done it. In fact, me just asked him. He's done it, and not only has he done it, he's done it to an incredible level of ability. Certainly, you've done it in a fantastic. You don't mind me having my hat on, do you? Well, I'm in here. I just I feel comfortable in my hat, but if you want, I'll take it off. But no, you don't mind. I'll keep it on then. Keep it on. And although I was probably I think I was right to take these off because it's rude. I think it's if nothing else. It's rude. It's all right if you are Bono because you don't have to worry about offending people because you know it's part of your job, isn't it? But someone like me who's trying to fit in the work environment, all these other people. Well, where is everybody else? I saw someone on the way in. What is it we actually do here again? Oh, it was it'll come to me. Anyway, the reason I want to work here is I think I love the environment. I love you look like a person to work for, and the office space is spacious. It's airy. It's areas fucking here. There's a lovely floor. Loving the floor. I forgot to mention the floor. It's got a lovely shine to it, and the furniture there behind me. Look at that. That's a bit of quality stuff. And look at that. Look at that there. Lovely room. Lovely environment. Lovely bit of piping. Lovely bit of piping up there. A bit of silver tubing piping. I love that. I used to work in rocket in the world of rockets and space. You know, a lot of silver piping, lots of silver tubing involved. Not sure what it all did, but we had fucking loads of it. And you don't mind if I just I know I'm going to save this for afterwards, but it's not. Is it a bit premature? Is it a bit premature? You can tip me off now. Is it not wink nudge? If it is or isn't, let me know. I bought my own straw. You don't have to use a straw. You don't have to use the straw. You can. It's probably more hygienic. You can get your gnashers around that. If you know what I mean. Lovely stuff. Right then, have I got the job? No, I mean, yeah. So I'm hoping that I've done enough, said enough already to satisfy your requirements. Yeah, so you as I said already, you name it. You give me a task, and I'll be fucking off. Whew, done. like that, in like a flash. Quality work. That's what my middle names are. Basil Quality Work Bottler. That's what they call me. Actually, no one's called me that. I expect some cunts got some other sorry, my language. Sorry about my language. Some cunts probably got sorry, I said it again. Probably got other names for me, but I don't let it worry me. It's like water off a duck's back. Pardon me. It's like water off a duck's back when people say things about me, because I know what I'm capable of, and what I'm capable of is people underestimate. People underestimate me when they look at me and don't realise what I am capable of. I put my good shirt on today. Put a good shirt on for the interview, well, I think that's about it. I didn't bring any references. I couldn't find any. I'm sure I must have had some at some point. Spent a lot of years self-employed and unemployed. Self-employed, unemployed. I've been swaying between the two for quite a lot of years, and like a bloody seesaw. Not a seesaw, swing. It's like a swing, like a seesaw. Seesaw up and down. But up and down. It's not up and down. It's more side to side. It's more like a swing, a bit like a spit, up and down, side to side, not up and down, side to side. Unemployed, employed, unemployed, employed, unemployed. At the moment, I'd like to think I'm right over on the swinging right up on the old employed, just on the verge of employed again. Now that's what I reckon. That's what I'm hoping for, and I'm pretty confident about it. So I reckon we could be sharing this before too long. What about it then? I think I've given you all I can give. I think I've given you everything, and hopefully it's enough. And I'm feeling very confident. Feeling very confident indeed. So it's up to you. It's up to you. The ball is right in your court now. It's entirely up to you.
To be quite frank, Mr. Bottler, you are probably the worst applicant I have ever interviewed.
Huh?
Sorry if this sounds unprofessional, but please, fuck off, and never set foot in this building ever again.
Is that a no? Is that a no? Sounds like it. I might as well. I think I'll take this with me then. Looks like I'll be. And also, I don't see why I won't have these on now then. Looks like the old swing has gone the other way a bit. There you are. It's your loss. Good luck trying to find someone superior to me in all ways. Anyway, I know when I'm not wanted, and sometimes I don't. But I'm going anyway. Thanks very much. Thanks for your time. Sorry I was 3 hours late, and I'm sure this business will be not do too bad even without me. Might last a little bit longer before it finally goes into receivership. Thank you very much, and I'll be off now. And it's been a pleasure, sort of. And good luck to you all, and see you later. How to get out? Over here. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks very much. Well, that was it. That was my interview the other day. I didn't get the job. I think I went wrong somewhere. I'm not really sure at what point. I think most of it was brilliant. I think I was really pleased with myself. But I must have gone wrong at some point. I'm gonna have to keep watching that back and see if I can work out at what point I went wrong. So for the future, because you need to keep learning, don't you? And I think it's a skill doing interviews. I've not done very many, so and I've not been very successful when I have done them. So I need more practice. You're coolish. They're foolish. You bought them booze. Yes, Steve Pepper, I did. I bought them whiskey. She and anybody else who worked there could have joined in, and we could have a lovely old drink of the old whiskey. But no, they didn't want to know. They just threw me out. You're on the short list, says Jim. Well, I'm going to try. I mean, I'm not really. I don't know whether I'm suited to office. I'm not sure whether I'm suited to an office environment. Anyway, I'm quite keen on working in a shoe shop. I've got a thing for shoes and feet. I think that's where my future might lie. So I might try and see if I can get an interview in a shoe shop or anything else that comes up. Really, I'm going to keep applying for jobs and I'll keep filming the interviews so you can see how I get on. Hopefully, eventually, one day I'll crack it and get a good job. 'Cause I do need the money. I need the money. I've got to buy Russian rocket parts. You're going to be a shoeist. I'm going to be a shoeist, yep. Exactly. Or a shoeman. Right, what's the time? Let's see if anybody fancies coming on a blind date with me. There's no business like show business. You're a shoe-in, Steve Pepper. Let's go to the. Let's see if anyone fancies a. Anybody fancies a blind date? Show you the money. Right, I'm in the restaurant now. It's raining outside. And I'm just waiting to see if anyone turns up to have a blind date with me. Have a little chat and we see how we get on. See if we can hit it off. So if you want to be on a blind date with me now, anybody can call in. Call in 020 3287 1213. Let's have a date night.
Come on, for fuck's sake, call in and be Basil's blind date. Call 020 3287 1213 or Skype Basil Butler. Don't leave the silly cunt sitting there all by himself.
No, don't leave me sitting here all by myself. Call in now, 020 3287 1213. Let's have a blind date. I'm sitting here in the restaurant, about to order whatever you want. We can have just a snack. I'm not sure what they do here. Or they probably do. They do buttered crumpets. They do pasta. They do pasta dishes. I've seen the menu that's got pasta on it. Lovely log burner over there. Right, anybody want to do come on a blind date with me? All you got to do is call 020 3287 1213 and have a little chat. Just pretend we're on a date and call in now 020 3287 1213.
Call Basil now 020 3287 1213 or just Skype the stupid fucker.
Yes, 020 3287 1213 or Skype Basil Butler. Come and join me on a lovely date by the old log burner on a rainy day in wherever this is. It's night. It's late evening. It's still light out, but it's summer. Obviously, there's flowers out there. Call in now 020 3287 1213.
Come on, for fuck's sake, call in and be Basil's blind date.
Yep.
Call 020 3287 1213 or Skype Basil Butler. Don't leave the silly cunt sitting there all by himself.
Is anyone going to call in? Am I going to be a silly cunt sitting here all by myself? I've got my nice shirt on. I've got my good hat on. I'm sitting here. I'm prepared to pay. I've got my debit card in my pocket, and I've got some cash to leave a tip, and I've got I'm full of hope. I'm full of hope and expectation. I'm full of romance. Just need somebody to have a chat with on my date. Someone to sit and gaze into my eyes as I tell you stories that'll make your eyes go crossed. Stories of life on the ocean waves and in the desert and in space and down big holes, potholing, cliff climbing, swimming, underwater and above water, in halfway up a tree. You name it, and I can tell you stories of all sorts. Be enthralling conversation. If you just call up and join me on my blind date, I'll tell you things that'll make your eyes water and dry out. Opposite stories. I don't know what sort of story makes your eyes dry out. I don't know, but anyway, I've got some. Pretty certain of it. Call in now, 020-3287-1213. Call in now and hear stories of excitement and adventure, romance and horror, and fucking hell. Let's or we could just forget the whole thing and call it a day. Let's just call it a day, and I'll tell you a story instead. Nobody once again been abandoned in the restaurant. I'm not sure that feature's got legs really. I think I'm just going to be just sat there night after night on my own. Right, it's time for a story. I'm going to make up a story, and it's a made-up story, made up on the spot, and all the better for it. You don't need to go to a bookshop and buy a book. You don't need to go to the library and rent a book. You just need to think up your own story, and you can be your own book. Right, what should we? All I need is a couple of bread roll poached in lilt starter. It put me off. It says tea pepper. Can it involve a bucket? Yep, let me get my notepad. Still got some notes from last time. I've got Lesbos, Ladybird Island. Cross them off. Right, bucket. If you've got anything you want, and an aging donkey, old donkey. If you've got with a wobbly leg, if you've got anything you want me to add to my story, just do what Dan's done there. Just type it in the. You can either call up 020-3287-1213, or you can just type it in the chat there. Anything you like, any names of people or plot lines or places, and I'll add it to the story. And I'll try and include the bucket and the donkey with the wobbly leg in there. Right, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a young lady by the name of Gertrude. I'm going to forget her name's Gertrude if I don't write it down. Let's write down Gertrude. Right, Gertrude. Well, the name of Gertrude, and her parents were quite wealthy. And Gertrude Bucket. Her parents were quite wealthy, and they owned a lovely house in Surrey. In Surrey, in England, a lovely house. It had 3 acres of garden, 3 acre garden. So it was worth quite a few bob. And been there, and Gertrude was about 25 years old. She had a boyfriend when she was 19, but he died. He died a shocking, horrible death involving an undertaker. It's very, very weird. An undertaker went berserk just outside of Dorking. Gertrude happened to be on her way home from buying some wicker, and the undertaker, who went insane, attacked. I've lost the plot already. Attacked Gertrude's lover. Smashed his face to a pulp with a frying pan and a roller and an iron and a shoe. Kept pummeling and pummeling. His face was squashed like a horrendous bloody pancake disaster. He died there on the pavement in Dorking, and poor Gertrude was heartbreaking. Her one and only boyfriend, the love of her life. His face was smashed to a pulp by an undertaker in Dorking. Who would have thought it? So ever since then, Gertrude's been wary of everybody, really, especially the undertakers, but wary of getting into a relationship. I'm basically asked for buckaroo in my story, so I must have been having withdrawals. So instead of a boyfriend, Gertrude made do with her lifelong companion from now on was a donkey, an old donkey. She rescued an old donkey from a donkey. She got a donkey from a donkey sanctuary that had a hard life. Poor donkey had a terrible hard life, and it was 14 years old. And Gertrude adopted him, took him home to her parents' garden in Surrey, and she's been looking after him ever since. And she named him Wally. Wally the donkey, and she absolutely loves Wally. Although one day she came downstairs, went out the garden, and poor Wally was limping. His leg gone all wobbly. She thought, why a Wally wobble leg? Why what's happened to your leg, Wally wobble? Wally. Of course, he's a donkey, so he couldn't answer. So she called the vet. The vet came round, and the vet said, 14 donkeys can live to 40, hardly aging. Just say, all right, he was sorry, it wasn't 14. I got confused. He was 34. 34. I knocked off 20 years. He's very vain. He doesn't like people to know his age. So he's actually 34, but he tells people he's 14. I didn't want to spoil his secret. But Wally is actually 34. That makes it true again now. Yeah. Sorry, it was a bit nonsense. It was nonsense before that, wasn't it? He's 34. He's called Wally. He's got a wobbly leg. But Gertrude loves him like nothing else on earth. The vet came round, and the vet said, "Oh yeah, that's a common problem. What you need to do: get a metal bucket. Put his bad leg in the bucket. Tie it in there." And he needs to spend a few days walking around with his bad leg in the metal bucket. That'll sort him right out. She said, "Oh, thank you, vet. How much do I owe you?" And he said, £3,000. £3,000, please, for that. So she went to see her mum and her dad. Said, "Mum and Dad, poor old Wally's got a wobbly leg and he's got to put it in a bucket. £3,000 is going to cost." They said, "That's absolutely ridiculous. A bucket? How will putting his leg in a bucket help? And why does that cost £3,000?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. It's just what the vet said." They refused to pay up the £3,000. So the vet said, "Well, I'm going to take my advice back." And she said, "It's too late. I can't forget it. I can't unknow it. You've told me it now." And he said, "Well, you must not put that bucket on there because you're not paid." She said, "I'll put a bucket where I like." So she did. The vet left, but he had the ump. He left. She put the bucket on the donkey's on Wally's wobbly leg. Didn't do any bloody good. Didn't do any good at all. Just rattled around with his wobbly leg in the bucket. This is pointless. Absolutely like this story. Absolutely pointless. I'm going to call the vet back. She called the vet back, and he said. He turned up. He said, "Have you got my £3,000?" She said, "No, I haven't got money." And not only that, she said, "I'm glad I didn't pay you because it's not worked at all." And he said to her, he said, your eyes, Gertrude, they look amazing in this twilight." She said, "Thank you very much, vet." The vet. She said, "What's your name, vet, by the way?" He said, Victor the vet. She said, "Well, I'm sorry I couldn't give you the £3,000. She said, but to be honest, your advice was pretty poor." She said, "Actually," she said, "your eyes look quite nice in this light as well." Wally was still banging around in his bucket, and he said, "I love the way the sun shines off of your cheeks. He says it look beautiful, and the lovely silhouette of your bosom, beautiful." And she said, I'd like to see your cock." He said, "All right, I'll get it out." He got his cock out. She wanked him off. They fell in love and lived happily ever after. And to this day, what's his name? The donkey. Was it Wally? Wally. He's still got wobbly leg, but they gave up with the bucket. The bucket was useless. It was just a way of the vet trying to rob money off people like they do. But Gertrude and Victor the vet lived happily ever after. The donkey lived happily, but he had a wobbly leg forever. They all lived to be a grand old age. The donkey actually lived in the end to be 56, which was a record in some parts of Surrey. And sweet dreams, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you have a lovely romantic dreams of donkeys, buckets, and extortionate bills from vets. Etc. Well, that's that. That's the end of the story. I hope Dan enjoyed. Put the pen away. I mean notepad. I hope Dan enjoyed his contribution in the story. Right, that's it. That's it from me. I'll be back again very soon. If not before, I'll be back on Thursday. Might be back soon. I don't know, but probably not. Who knows? I might even do a Spreaker at some point. I've not done Spreaker for ages, so I might do one of them again soon. It all went very meal and boon, sort of. It did a bit, didn't it? Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for being there. Thank you for the subscription. It was Steve, wasn't it, Papa? Thank you, Mission Control, and Flossie for doing the mods. And thank everybody for being there. And I'll see you again very, very soon. See you later.
See you later. See you soon. I won't be flying round the moon. See you later. Cheerio. Now it's time for me to go.
See you later. See you soon. I won't be flying round the moon. See you later. Cheerio. Now it's time for me to go.
See you later.